We've all had Zoom calls where this happened.
I'm afraid to put my foot in my mouth, had no rhythm, didn't have the confidence.
And at the end of the call, you might find yourself thinking.
And I walked away going, I blew it.
So to make sure this doesn't happen to you in the future, I'm going to share a 3-step process that has helped me take my confidence to the next level on Zoom. The first step actually starts a day before the call, and that is combining preparation with personalization. Everyone knows preparation is important, so let's go over specific ways that have helped me take my preparation to the next level. Here's what world-class preparation looks like from Alex Hormozi. For context, if you don't know him, he's a business owner worth $100 million.
We were going to start meeting at 9. And so I woke up at 5 and I spent 4 hours reviewing his business. The next 4 hours, I just spent showing him what I had spent the morning going over. And at the end of the day, he was like, I have genuinely never had anyone come this prepared to something.
In my case, I use a 3-to-1 ratio for this. That means that I take 3 hours to prepare for a 1-hour call. I have found that when I'm nervous before a call, that generally means that I haven't prepared well enough. I noticed that when I did the 3-hour preparation, I was confident going into the call because I knew I did everything I could. If you're talking to someone you'd really like to work with, ask yourself, how can I go above and beyond for them? If you're having trouble answering that for yourself, consider how you could replace portfolios with proof. The simplest way to impress someone you look up to is to show them how you can help them. If you're a graphic designer looking to make YouTube thumbnails for someone, instead of just saying, hey, this is my portfolio, let me know if this works for you, consider sending them some thumbnails that you've already made for their channel in addition to your portfolio. By doing this, you won't just stand out from the crowd, you will stand apart from the crowd. The next aspect of preparation is personalization. Look up people's profiles, interviews, or newsletters before getting on the call. This will instantly show the other person that you are familiar with their work.
Take the 5 minutes, literally actually take the 5 minutes before the meeting to say, okay, this is John. Let me look at his profile real quick. Okay, John's, he's out of Milwaukee. Okay, the Bucks are doing well. Let me see if he follows the Bucks. Okay, he tagged something there. And his wife's name's Joyce. Okay, got it. So you get on the meeting, you're like, dude, John, how's it going, man? Dude, the Bucks are killing it. Oh, that's fantastic. How's Joyce doing? She's good? Great. And I saw, is this Mike? Is this Mike? He's your VP of customer success? Hey, Mike, nice to meet you, man. I was just looking you guys up before I got on. Really cool stuff that you guys are doing at XYZ Corp.
The next step is making a strong first impression. The easiest way to do this on Zoom is to fix the lighting and framing. Watch this clip and notice how distracting the background is. And contrast that with this clip, and again, notice the lighting.
I think the reasonable first step to figuring out who we are is let's define who we're not.
So to fix your lighting, rearrange your workspace so that light is not coming from behind you. If you're sitting near a window, make sure that the window is behind the camera so that it lights up your face. Most people take calls like this, and because of where he has kept the laptop, he is forced to look down. This is what it looks like if you were on the other side of that call. Now contrast that clip with this clip from the Modern Wisdom podcast. Obviously, he's using an expensive setup, but you can replicate this result by placing some books underneath your laptop so that the webcam is slightly above eye level. The final step we'll cover in today's video is conversation. A major difference between real life and virtual conversations is the delay. And because of this delay, it can be tough to figure out when the other person is done speaking. As a result of this, often both people end up talking over each other.
Johnny Storm.
God,
Did they ever
be
come
great?
to you?
Would
that have
great?
intrigued you?
The simplest way to avoid this is to take one deep breath before responding. Taking a deep breath will both calm you down if you're nervous, and it will also help in avoiding these awkward interruptions. But if you could only take away one point from this video, it would be this: express enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is infectious because people love other people who are enthusiastic. But enthusiasm doesn't mean going overboard. It just means being in a good mood before the call starts. Different people have different rituals for getting into a good mood. For me, it's walking around the room and listening to anime songs. For you, it could mean talking to a friend and cracking jokes, or watching funny videos, or just stretching. One way to express this enthusiasm is through hand gestures. In other videos, I've talked about how to use hand gestures, but on a video call, there is one key difference. We don't have a lot of space to use these gestures. So instead of using broad, expansive gestures, consider gesticulating in front of your body. That way you won't go out of frame when you're using gestures, and you can still express enthusiasm.
Eliminate those, and by process of elimination, sheer mathematics, you end up with more room for the things that do feed you.
This brings us to eye contact. Now, eye contact is different on video calls because there is a tendency to look at our own image. Before the call, once you've figured out that you look fine in the frame and that you're well positioned, I recommend turning off the self view. That way we can focus on listening to the other person instead of looking at ourselves. The second reason to turn off self view is because we want to mirror a real life conversation. In normal conversation, we don't have a mirror to constantly look at ourselves reacting to the other person. Subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.